Okay, so we're about to do the part 10. Right now, this is where we left off, and let me minimize this document that we just talked about. And we're going to go into this document right now. We're going to actually talk about this is the activities. If you open up layout over here and find your activity underscore main.xml. By the way, you need to know that for your exam question is that I'm going to ask you something along the line is which of the following is the main layout document with it, and you need to know it's activity underscore main.xml with it. So it's one of the possible test questions with it as well. So inside your activity underscore main.xml, I don't know what was before with this thing with it. This is what I gave you guys with it. So let me move this out of the way so we can have room to code in here. So again, there's a lot of ways you can do this. You can drag and drop stuff over here. I don't like that personally with it. I like to code it and see it onto the screen with it. I just have more a little bit closer to the code with it. So as we're coding this, you can actually see the display of the screen on here with it as well. So I'm going to zoom out, and we could see both of these screens with it as well. Okay, so give me a second. Hold on. So let me collapse this so we can have a little bit more room to see this like this. Okay, will this work? I kind of left a linear layout, so go ahead and knock that out with it as well. That's the first thing we need to do. So insert your layout, insert your full name on this thing, same thing. So make sure you put your name, not my name, on this thing as well, please, with it. So 02 15. And I've got the year in a few seconds ago. Must be that late in the night with it as well. Anyways, all right, here we go. It has to be a linear layout with this as well. Hey, let me code this as we're talking. This is very important, is that you see the linear layout. I'm just gonna. It's not a constraint with it as well with it, right? Crap. What did I just do? Linear layout. I'm going to do tools, context is equal to dot main activity. This is the name of your Java file. Okay, that's the class that's going to Java file with it. So after this, I'm gonna fast forward some of this coding I want to do. I can't code and talk at the same time, but we'll talk more. Let me get the code on the screen, and you guys could see what's going on with it. So let me type really fast on here and not talk. So this is the linear layout that we are going to use for this thing, and one more thing I need to do is, of course, the closing for this. So come on, here we go. So this is the basic linear layout. Is flat. It's 2D with, remember, each one of these are what's called an attribute and properties inside of this as well. So as you can see, the padding, bottom, padding, bottom, I duplicated all of this. I didn't notice that I was doing this. Dimension, activity, vertical and horizontal for this. Activity, vertical. This one is horizontal. So let me pause for a second. All right, my apology. I accidentally copied and pasted when I was doing the code with it. So make sure you have your padding from the bottom, padding from the top, padding from the right, padding from orientation, padding left, padding right with it, with these dimensions I have right here with it. All right, with it. Of course, right now it's too premature to see anything coming across this, but I'll leave this up here for you to see with it as well. Let me collapse this, see this palette right here, so we can see what's going on with it as well. So all this is inside of your linear layout with this. Okay, make sure you have that with it. Okay. And of course, make sure you have your XML version is on the top with it. I just added that in with it as well. All right. Let me continue. We're about to. This is all about the linear layout with it, with its attributes and with its properties with it as well. So make sure you could see what I've done here with it as well. Okay. Let's come down here. We're about 8 minutes into this right here. So let me continue to do the table layout. And inside the table layout, we have a set of attributes and properties. And inside of that, we're going to do the table row and the table view. All right. So just to give you a heads up with it, it looks like this. Okay. I'm going to tab in. Let me move this. I just don't like to. There we go. Get a little bit more space here. See that? How's that? So it looks like this. So I'm going to do a table layout, right? And it's going to ask me for the width, table width with it. So in quotations with it as well, at plus the ID / the main, call it main board. Okay, come to the right of that, come to the bottom. Inside of this next one with it, next one's wrap the content. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of attributes and properties I'm going to do with this as well with it. So I want to pause for a second and get the code in, and then we'll talk. Okay. Do an ID here. So that's the table layout. This entire table layout will have, let me close off this tag right here, and it's going to hit enter. Inside of this, we're going to have a table row. Okay, remember now. So this is nested, it's indented in. I want to do table row. Okay, so this is my table row. Inside my table row, let me just tighten this up, and I'm going to add in the attributes here for a second. We're going to do one of these things, and then we're going to come in and modify it. Okay, but you got to get the first one right, or else you're going to be copying some bad syntax. Table row. All right. I'm exceeding almost 11 minutes. Let me save this file right now, okay? Let me stop part 10 right here.